For clues about how a United States Navy of the future may look, consider the 2022 Rim of the Pacific exercise. Yes, there was a traditional flotilla of 38 ships and 170 aircraft operating around the Hawaiian Islands. But among the massive collection of equipment were MQ-9B Sea Guardian UAVs streaming live video and data feeds back to command centers ashore. Smaller UAVs also flew, like the V-BAT drone off the back of the United States Navy destroyer Michael Mansour, acting as a remote sensor for the ship. Nearby, a pair of large unmanned ships, named Nomad and Ranger, patrolled the waters while under the control of staff at the so-called Unmanned Operations Center back in California. And, in perhaps the most highly anticipated experiment of the exercise, the Sea Hunter and Sea Hawk medium unmanned surface vessels each teamed up with the destroyer to show off the power of manned-unmanned teaming at sea. Chief of Naval Operations Admiral Mike Gilday later told reporters that 30 unmanned platforms operated during rimpac 2022, which began June 29. All this highlights the name your buzzword direction the United States Navy is headed: distributed maritime operations, joint all-domain operations, any sensor, any shooter, manned-unmanned teaming. The service has invested billions of dollars in unmanned development and prototyping, with 3 more USV prototypes under construction and a dozen large UAVs pending in the fiscal 2023 spending plan. Gilday recently updated his navigation plan strategic vision with an outline of a future fleet of about 373 manned ships and 150 unmanned vessels, along with unmanned aircraft to contribute to maritime domain awareness, submarine hunting missions, surface strike and more. Quick pause to remind you to like, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you. But the collection of unmanned systems at rimpac was also meant to show that allies and partners with significantly less money, much smaller fleets, and growing fears of bullying or invasion could move in this direction. This international approach reduces the concern that the United States Navy and close allies like Australia and Japan may be leaving less advanced partners behind, said Brian Clark, a senior fellow at the Hudson Institute think tank. The opposite is actually true. Unmanned systems provide a way for less advanced militaries to remain more interoperable with United States forces because the unmanned systems can incorporate new technologies more quickly than manned platforms and be common between partners. Many smaller navies already have the same smaller aerial drones as the United States Navy, such as the RQ-21 Blackjack or the Scan Eagle, though the United States was the only nation operating vehicles as large as the 132-foot Sea Hunter USV. It was far from the only nation getting first-hand experience at the exercise. As if to cement the intention, consider this chain of command. The medium USV Sea Hawk was attached to the destroyer Fitzgerald for the exercise. Fitzgerald reported to Republic of Singapore Navy Colonel Kwan Han Chuang as the Sea Combat Commander within the exercise's Expeditionary Strike Group, which was led by South Korean Rear Admiral Song Min. That Rear Admiral then reported to the Maritime Component Commander of the entire exercise, Royal Australian Navy Commodore Paul O'Grady. United States 3rd Fleet Commander Vice Admiral Michael Boyle told Defense News that O'Grady would be among the first in the world to lead a hybrid fleet of manned and unmanned assets, something even the United States Navy itself isn't sure how to do. At rimpac, this group had to figure it out during the exercise itself. And according to the head of the new Unmanned Surface Vessel Division 1, it went quite well. Among the challenges the United States Navy has faced with manned-unmanned teaming is that sailors often don't have the time to work on such tactics. Jeremiah Daly, who has led USV Division 1 since its May launch, said an exercise like rimpac can further test safety and navigation capabilities of a USV, assess the strain on mechanical and electrical systems during combat-relevant operations, and identify the right payloads, including an electronic warfare suite and a towed sonar array, in this case. This all helps the service figure out how USVs can contribute to the fight, Daly said. Quick pause to remind you to like, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you. The USVs can zigzag through local California waters to get more hours at sea, but Daly said the destroyers are usually busy with their own training and deployments, making it hard to find a ship able to devote days, much less weeks, to manned-unmanned teaming work. What the service learned at rimpac, he explained, is how to achieve sustainability at sea, which doesn't only mean whether the engine ran successfully without breaking down, but also whether the whole package of the USV, its payload, and the teams at sea and ashore were effective. During the first 11 days at sea, Daly said, they were more effective than planned. For the Fitzgerald and Sea Hawk, which hauled a towed array sonar for anti-submarine warfare missions, our sensor suite on board was able to contribute directly to the Sea Combat Commander. Daly noted that he worked directly with Chuang, the Singaporean colonel, and his staff during the planning phase and at sea to ensure the Sea Combat Commander was ready to operate the USV during scripted events and free play scenarios. Daly said he had a team at the Unmanned Operations Center in San Diego, California, as well as a team on the Fitzgerald. He added that the at-sea phase seemed to go as planned for everyone involved. For Sea Hunter, operating an electronic warfare suite in collaboration with the destroyer William P. Lawrence, the exercise went better than planned. We participated in all the events that we scheduled, and then Sea Hunter had some additional participation in other events that we were not originally planned to do, Daly said, noting the chain of command found additional applications for the USV and its payload. We continued to participate in a meaningful way during those events, he said. Throughout rimpac, the United States Navy and its partners ran about 40 different experiments, mostly focused on incorporating unmanned systems and improving command and control within kill chains. Captain Dan Brown, the head of experimentation at 3rd Fleet, told Defense News at the exercise that a demonstration of the MQ-9B Sea Guardian, a maritime variant of the MQ-9A Reaper that operated in deserts across the Middle East in recent years, would be another highlight of the exercise. The original MQ-9A Reaper was also tested in the maritime environment during another of the event's experiments. Brown said the Sea Guardian will support the Navy and Marine Corps through multi-intelligence payloads for maritime domain awareness and for anti-submarine warfare operations. Its payload includes a synthetic aperture radar/inverse synthetic aperture radar, electro-optical/infrared sensors, communications intelligence and electronic intelligence tools, and sensors to look for submarines and then share that information via a Link 16 connection to the rest of the fleet. Quick pause to remind you to like, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you. Brown said rimpac 2022 was the first time the Sea Guardian would work with multiple task groups on multiple missions, and it's the first time any drone has conducted anti-submarine warfare work with a Link 16 connection. He added that the sense and avoid as well as the detect and avoid systems on the drone are the most sophisticated that have ever flown on a Group 5 unmanned aerial system, the category representing the largest of those aircraft. Rimpac is nice because there are so many assets out here at one time. We can take almost a whole year's worth of experimenting and do it in a shorter amount of time, he said. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care.